So welcome to our course B01 on data management. This course was created by myself and Asan Riaz. So our aims in this course are to go through ideal data management approaches and to consider the regulatory, legal, and practical requirements associated with data management at a wider level, and then also to create and apply data management plans that are specific to your area. So if we look into the more details of what we're going to talk about, we'll look at the FAIR guidelines, open science, how to organize data sets at a very simple level. We'll look at the data lifecycle as well, developing data dictionaries and naming conventions, version control, data cleaning, and then also think more broadly, if you had a complex multi-person project, how would you organize that to facilitate things long term? So our main learning outcomes from this course are to be able to manage data, especially over a longer period where you might have multiple people involved. We also want to think about how to adhere to FAIR and open science guidelines, and then also that these will allow us more effectively to be able to integrate different data sets. So there may be ones that you've created yourself or ones that are published. Either way, you want to be able to enhance your capacity as a scientist and your capability to produce good scientific work using these approaches. In terms of the content of what we're going to cover, we'll look at why we want to manage our data more effectively, we'll look at FAIR data, open science, key concepts in data management and different types of data, look at data collection, catalogs, and recording. We'll look at spreadsheet data in particular and how to manage that more effectively. We'll look at data organization, warehousing, and storage, where you look at using R to organize projects. We'll look at data sharing, governance, and collaboration, look at the data lifecycle, and finally, we'll look at data integration as well. So we've got practical aspects linked to these, particularly about how do you make your data fair, how do you clean data you have in spreadsheets, what kind of life cycle would your own data have, and then also you can think about how would you design a data management approach for a substantial project in your lab or group involving multiple people over long periods. And ideally for this course, with the practical components, you can bring your own data set. That would be really great. What we'll go into is how do you make your data fair, clean your data to make it human readable and also machine readable, how to create a better life cycle for your data, and then designing a project in your lab involving multiple people, and thinking about that more effectively. So this is kind of a kind of a catch-all data management course. What's worth bearing in mind is that we will touch on using R for data management and kind of data cleaning in particular. And we will have a course specifically on that soon, B05. And then there's another continuation on this B07 on using R packages, which kind of stems from this. So this course will include some basic R coding, which you can continue these courses. And then also for unstructured data that's specific to particular areas, we do have courses in genomics data, bioimage data, and then also flow cytometry data that are more specific for this kind of unstructured data as well. And the number one thing is that data management and using code to manage data can be challenging, but a lot of it is just down to getting used to it, working on it, and practicing, and that will mean that you find that you learn more as you go along. There are lots of resources on this and that be useful, particularly on spreadsheet organization, and many of these have been used in the material here. Long data versus wide data, data organization spreadsheets. Fair sharing has a lot of resources. The same with the Turing Way book that is partially used here. Fair data principles, book down on data management with R, and then another one on data management with R as well, and then also using FAIR. In terms of data management plans, there's a lot of resources that are listed here, particularly on the DMP online tool for creating for using existing templates. There's the BBSRC guidance and the data sharing policy, there could be the data management plan compliance rubric, the FAIR sharing database, another data management creation tool, and the Reading University have a very good guide that is useful. There's the REM toolkit, which we'll use to see kind of what's relevant for you in your particular role. And then we have examples of a bad data management plan with comments. And the Turing Way book also refers to data management plans as well. And there's another data management tool here. So that's kind of our outline for this course. And please see the next video to continue on your journey.